Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today, we're going to review the Nibosi 2632, and we're going to have a look at, but not really a formal review of the Nibosi 2619 Tammy Faker watch. Start with the wrist check. I wear this Militato ML06, and Grego's wearing my Glycine GL0351. Grogu said that Hera from Rebels married Boba Fett, but she didn't love him. One night she had enough of Boba Fett and sent for Lando Calrissian, who took her and her son and fled to the system of Troith. Boba Fett was so upset he told Fennec Shand that he would launch 1,000 ships to get her back. Fennec Shand said, "You don't have 1,000 ships." He said, "Well, how about Slave 1 and 2 X-Wings?" All right, let's take a look at the watches. We have the 2632 on the left here, and this is the Quartz version. And then we have the 2619. This is the fake automatic, which is really a Quartz version. And the big difference is this one ticks once a second, and this one ticks 4 times a second. And this one has this fake rotor in the back, but it's not really an automatic. But I decided to go ahead and show you both of them. I unboxed this watch a while ago, but when I did, I mentioned that there was an automatic version available, and one of my viewers informed me that the automatic was really a fast-ticking quartz watch with a fake spinning rotor. Well, I wasn't going to let a claim like that go unchecked because I have had Nibosi automatics before, so I ordered the automatic version to see if such a thing was possible. And sure enough, I received the so-called automatic version, and it was indeed a fake. The rotor spins freely in both directions, and if you look at the balance wheel and gears in the display case back, you can see that they aren't actually moving. Holy crap. Since then, I received another fake automatic Nibosi, and I sent it back. I kept this one so I could show and educate my users on Nibosi's deceit. This Nibosi comes in a whopping 10 different colorways, including gold and rose gold tone cases. The hollow bracelets are the only option. The watch is 39.7 millimeters at the flats of the bezel, but 43.2 millimeters if you measure from ear to crown guard. It's 47.8 millimeters lug to lug with protruding end links, and it's 10.5 millimeters thick. But if you go to the fake automatic version, that's a whopping 13 millimeters thick, and it's all in the case back, because it's the same case, just thicker case back. And it's 23.4 millimeters where the bracelet meets the case. And it weighs 115 grams with 3 links removed. And this one's a bit heavier. It weighs 123 grams with 3 links removed. The bezel's polished on the sides, but brushed up top. And if you look at a typical Nautilus homage, this bezel's a lot thinner than most of them, but it does give you more dial space, so I guess that's a plus. And then we have the teak dial. It's a gradient dial, and it's, see, like on a guitar, you would call this sunburst, but you don't call it sunburst on a watch, because on a watch you call the sunburst the reflection. So we would call this gradient. And it's also a teak dial, meaning it's got these horizontal stripes. Then it says Nibosi 1985 up top. At least it doesn't say 1885 like a lot of watches do. And then we have the applied loomed indices, and we have a double baton at the 12. And then we have the hands. The hands are fence post, minute hand, Mercedes hour hand, lollipop second hand. And it looks like the second hand is not exactly hitting the marks, but not enough to set off your OCD. Of course, if you do have OCD, this one ticks 4 times a second, so missing the marks isn't an issue. Then we have a date at the 3. Then we have an unsigned push-pull crown. And fortunately, even though the crown action is kind of loose, when you go to, as long as you're careful when you set it, it doesn't jump. But you have to be careful when you set it because it's loose enough that just pressing it, you might accidentally spin it. But the actual act of pressing it doesn't make it jump. So as long as you hold the crown, you can set it accurately. Then we have a flat mineral glass crystal. Nothing wrong with it. And then we have the case. And as you can see, the case is a plated alloy, but it's got a matte finish to it. Usually when you have a chrome plated alloy, it's all shiny, but this one's got a matte finish. So that looks kind of nice. I like that. And once again, the case of the fake automatic is identical. And then we have the case back. Case back says stainless steel. Then it gives the model number. Then it says quartz movement and 3 ATM water resistant. Then it says Nibosi 1985, and this is a press-on case back. And this one, we have a display case back. And it says stainless steel back. So this one actually says stainless steel back, where this one didn't. Then it gives the model number, water resistant, automatic. And it's not automatic. This is a blatant lie. And of course, this is a display case back showing you the fake rotor. Because even though this rotor spins, it doesn't actually wind anything. And once again, if you look carefully, none of the gears are moving. Underneath the case back is the Sunin SL28 quartz movement. This is a 0 joule movement, and it's fairly common in watches in this price range. And like I said, at least you can set the thing accurately without the minute hand jumping. This one, however, has the Sunin SP28 movement. So this is the 4 tick a second version of this movement. And I will show you a screenshot here of this little rotor here. It's a cap. There's the cap. It goes over the movement. And here's a picture of the movement itself. As you can see, that's definitely a quartz movement. There's the battery. So this is not a true automatic, and it's really irritating. This is a deliberate deception on Nibosi's part. Then we have the bracelet. The bracelet's a hollow H-link, but it's not a true H-link because these center links don't articulate. A true H-link they would, but at least there's a distinct difference between the center link and the H-link, where some of these it's just a groove in the link. And it, once again, it's hollow, and we have push pins, not screw pins. I'm perfectly happy with push pins. They're just easier. And then we have a butterfly clasp and no half links. So getting the perfect fit is not going to actually be is going to be luck of the draw. Fortunately, I was able to get a perfect fit, but who knows if you will or not. And these end links are not articulating. They're part of the case. These grooves here are just fake. Here's the watch of my 7.5-inch wrist. It looks nice. It wears nice. Unfortunately, like I said, I was able to get the perfect fit. But yeah, it wears nice and flat on the wrist. And I do like that dial. And here's the Tammy Faker on the wrist. And as you can see, because of that thick case back, it doesn't wear as nice. It sits up a lot higher, and there's a big gap there. Plus, I had the perfect fit on the other watch, and even though the bracelet's exactly the same and the dimensions are exactly the same, because it sits so much higher, this is actually a little tight on me. So it doesn't wear as well. I didn't get the perfect fit. In fact, if I was to keep this monstrosity, which I'm not going to do, I would probably put another link back in and wear it a little loose. Here we are in the loom room. I was pretty sure that other than the fake movement and case back, these watches were identical, but I decided to put them head to head just in case. As we speed up the time, we see that the watches are indeed equal in the loom department. The indices fade immediately. The hands are a little better, but not much. This is equally bad loom. What I like about the 2632? Well, it looks and wears nice. I like this gradient teak dial. I think they did a really good job with that. You can set it without the annoying minute hand jump. What are my gripes and groans? Lousy loom. The bezel's a lot thinner than a typical Nautilus. It's not a true H-link bracelet. And there's no micro adjust or half links. What are my extra gripes and groans for the 2619? It's a deliberate attempt to deceive, trying to pass off a Quartz watch as an automatic. It's 2.5 millimeters thicker than the 2632 and doesn't wear as nice because of the case back. And this fake spinning rotor spins all the time and it makes a ton of noise. And I usually don't bother about rotor noise if it's actually winding the watch, but when it's not actually winding the watch and just there for a prop, the noise is really irritating. Do I recommend the 2632? Yes, it looks and wears nice. It doesn't cost a lot. Do I recommend the 2619? No, I despise this fake travesty and am only including it in this review as a warning for all involved. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Nibosi 2632 and my roast of the Nibosi 2619. And I'll be back with another review. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this Nibosi here, the 2632, I will leave an affiliate link. And I will get a tiny commission if you use it. I will not leave a link for the Nibosi 2619 because I just don't support selling this watch. And I will not put a link on my channel. But if you want to buy it, that's up to you. Bye.